I've had some random ones. Well, I've had once or twice people ask me, so who washes your clothes? Randomly on a game drive, you're sitting there looking at lions. And then you sort of have to, look back and say, in the earlier days, way back when, long ago, in the early days of live broadcasting and game drives, about 3 years ago now. Kidding a little bit, but this is still the only place that's really done it to this extent, this continuous level. But Tony, Emily Barnett, who's now Emily Wallington, married to Graham, and Emily's father is, and I'm sure of this now, Emily's father is also called Tony, his surname's also Barnett, and I met them at their wedding. I was at Graham and Emily's wedding. Unfortunately, Graham and Emily won't make it to our wedding. They would really love to, but Emily is going to be quite close to having their second child at that stage. She won't be able to travel. And I'm going to finish that in a second. We're just going to lose a bit of signal in this dip. Just to finish quickly, so after the wedding, not so long after, I had a question. I thought it was Emily's dad. So whenever I hear the name Tony Barnett, I always think back to that time, and I always think back that I remember hearing from you, Tony, for a long time already. In fact, I think we once had a discussion about music as well, quite some time ago. Oh, do you stop? Oh, Charlie, what have you spotted? Eagle eye. Alright. So the difference is if I spot it and I don't tell you, then you have to spot it before anyone can see, whereas if you spot it, then you have to show as it flies away. It was I think it was actually a tawny eagle, so I just had a quick glimpse at it before it flew off. It just landed far away again. Thank you, Maddie, saying U2's a beautiful day. I've listened to a lot of U2 music in the bush actually, and a lot of it's in Namibia when you drive some of those long open roads. Joshua Tree is still, in my opinion, I think, isn't it one of the best albums of all time as well? It is still one of my favorite albums of all time. What other ones, Lieschen? You checked that list a while back, some of the best albums of all time. Radiohead with, what's that CD? Or the album? Kid A, Radiohead Kid A. It's one of the best albums of all time. Question? Yes, Sharon, I'm so sorry. Sy kop is op. Oh no. Yeah, ice hockey. Wendy just coming through.
What's that guy's name that was in the Canadian team? He had such a team crew.
Oh, well, it's all of them.
No.
So I know you can't do Lieschen. So saying, what's that? When there was that famous Canadian player that had such a temper.
He had a bad temper. He was a brilliant player.
I'm sure someone's going to give us the name before I can remember. It was like Rabovsky or something like that.
No. He was
I know, but I remember. Didn't he have a bit of a? I can't remember the surname. But it's one of the famous ice hockey players. Wayne Gretzky. Who's Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah.
That's a sportsman.
Wasn't it?
I don't know. Wayne Gretzky, the name came to mind, but I have no idea for what sport. I think it might have been him actually. But
Canada, USA tonight.
yeah, Canada, USA playing for the gold medal. Yeah, might be actually Wayne Gretzky the name. Thanks, Mark, saying he thinks it sounds right. Hey?
He's a Canadian, I'm sure.
He's a Canadian, eh?
I think he was.
I think so too, eh?
He had a terrible temper.
Yes, he had a terrible temper. Yeah, very good player. No, I'm repeating what you're saying so people can hear what you're saying to me. And I'm repeating so you also know that I'm hearing what you're saying and I'm listening. And if I don't repeat it instantly after you say it, it just goes out my other ear because my brain has suddenly slowed down to the pace of a very old established river, where it flows slow, barely perceptible, the movement in the dark waters, past the banks with the old trees growing there and the moss is long and heavy from those branches. That's what my mind feels like at the moment. You should see Lieshen's face.
So who was that? Who told you that? Who asked?
Wendy was asking if we've packed already. Ha! Wendy, I'm not laughing at you. That's just what Lieschen would have done. Lieshen's known me long enough now to know that we will leave when we leave, which will be on time, because it's impossible to be late. We leave tomorrow morning, but we still have a little bit of packing to do. We've packed solidly when and as we can, and I'm not going to have any more time tonight. But yes, we're doing well with the packing, but not so much so that we'll have enough time to watch the final for the gold medal in the Winter Olympics between America and Canada in the ice hockey, even though it would be entertaining. We don't really play ice hockey much here in Southern Africa. In fact, we don't actually play it at all because we don't have enough ice for it. I'm sure there's probably one court in Johannesburg or somewhere. You know, they have it on Saturday nights and the guys can have a brawl on it, and then Sunday nights they've got ice skating again for sort of young couples. But it's not a big thing in South Africa. But it's a brilliant sport. I've watched very, very fast, very aggressive, which I think we all like. Ultimately, sports are just sort of creating certain environments where people can compete in an aggressive manner with rules to keep them from killing each other like they did in the old days with sticks and spears.
What are you saying?
It's not Circus Maximus. They couldn't have gladiators anymore, so they gave 15 big guys a ball, and they gave other 15 big guys the chance to take the ball from them and score, and it's a great sport. I love rugby, for instance. Most sports are just, comes from warring days.
So cricket, the guys in cricket are actually just holding themselves in because actually they want to go and walk over and whack each other with that. Yeah. Alright, well we've got a bit of wind picking up. We're driving into the wind, heading south on Gare Cutline, so it's a bit noisy perhaps. But Sharon, I'm going to answer your question first, before we start talking about rugby and cricket and sports again. But is from here to our destination, our sort of